Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Lynn here with a brand new video. I am super excited to be sharing this Valentine's Day crafting video with you guys. So we have some amazing crafts ready for you guys. So I'm going to go over all the materials that you're going to need for this first one. So jumping right into it, I'm going to link below all of the materials here that you see. So I'm starting off with this epoxy resin, part A and part B. It is super easy to use. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which is absolutely perfect. And I'm going to use these little cups that they provided for me to be able to measure that. So next, what you want to do for this DIY is also create some images. I went ahead and went on Canva to create some designs, which is absolutely amazing. And I printed them on this special decal paper. And then I went ahead and cut out my designs and removed any excess space that I didn't need. And this is what they turned out to look like. So next, for this project with the decal, when you're using this, you're going to have to do 2 or 3 coats of clear enamel. So you want to spray that on top of it. That is the Rust-Oleum brand that I'm going to be using here. And I want to make sure that I coat these properly because you want to make sure that everything is nice and covered so that when you remove the sliding decal paper, that everything works out great. So that is exactly what those images are going to look like. As you guys can see, the reflections, they are super shiny, which is exactly what we want because we gave them 2 to 3 coats of the epoxy resin. The next thing we're going to need for this DIY is some latex gloves, as well as, again, our safety gear to be able to work with the resin without breathing it in. Make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area. So next, we're going to be using this mug from Dollar Tree. And you guys, I mean, this is super cute. It has a gold rim, which I think is absolutely stunning. And you can kind of give this to someone as a gift. Next, we need also a bowl of water. So I'm going to show you guys that I went to Dollar Tree and I also grabbed this little silicone applicator brush. It's going to help us to apply our decal onto the mug. So you're gonna need something just like that. Like I said, this is very inexpensive, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on my gloves and make sure that I am all prepped and ready to go before working with everything in this project. Okay, so now once we have everything ready to go, we're going to set up your station. So your workstation should have the decals in it, the water bowl, as well as your mugs ready to go. So what you're going to do with the decal is submerge it in the water for roughly about 3 to 5 minutes. And you want to make sure that the way you know that it's ready is when the decal starts to kind of lift a little bit. If you slide your finger against it, you can see that it's ready to go. So in about 3 minutes, once it can mold around the mug, then you should be ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and peel this off, and you guys will see what I mean with this decal paper. It is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the quality of it. And as you guys can see, I did lose a little piece of the piece of paper, but you can go ahead and just stick that back on there. This is super easy to use. So the water on the decal paper is going to help this to glide easily onto your mug, and you get something that looks like this. You guys, this is absolutely stunning. I think that this would make a really gorgeous piece of Valentine's Day decoration, or you can also give it as a gift to someone. I think that these are absolutely stunning. So go ahead and use that silicone brush now to remove any air bubbles that are trapped underneath the decal and make sure that you can smooth that all out. So now we are going to go ahead and do that for the next mug. And I hope that you guys find this super easy. It's something that, you know, any beginner can do. Just kind of run this video through again to see you know, all of the tips that I've provided you guys with. But if you give this decal paper some really good coats of clear enamel, then you should be ready to go and everything should be able to work out. So like you guys can see here, I just kind of put it against the cup, and then I can feel out where the paper is like when the paper is ready to come off. And then you guys can see here, I can lift it. It's not sticky, so you can kind of lift it and adjust it, but just be really careful when you are smoothing it over or when you are stretching it as well, so that you don't rip it, because it is a little bit, you know, it's a plasticky kind of feel to it, so you don't want to be too rough when you are working with this. So you want to make sure that you are really nice and gentle. Of course, this video is sped through, but I'm just using that silicone brush to kind of go over it multiple times, so that I can remove any air bubbles that are stuck on there. And this is what your mug is going to look like. So I couldn't just stop at the mug. I also wanted to do the plates. And so again, I went to the dollar store and grabbed these gorgeous porcelain plates that they have. Like I said, this is very budget friendly craft for Valentine's Day. So you guys should feel free to share this with anyone else you think would love to try this out. So I, of course, printed out these two decals that I want to put on these plates. And again, it's the same routine of spraying them with the clear enamel, letting it dry, and then going ahead and dipping it into our bowl. And you guys can see just how beautifully that's going to come out. So again, you just submerge it in the water. Again, I could leave it, but because I didn't have enough water, I had to kind of push it down there. Yeah, so leave it on there for maybe roughly about, I would say, you know, 3 to 5 minutes, like I said before, and then make sure to transfer that onto your plate. And then you definitely want to make sure that you use your silicone brush to smooth that out. And, you know, you just kind of repeat that over and over again until everything is nice and set. So the way that we're going to actually set this is using the epoxy, but you want to make sure that you prep everything first. So I love that I was able to use Canva for this project. It makes it super easy to be able to design different things. I went ahead and created just put together a couple of images, and then put together the lettering, and that is exactly how it came out. So this part got a little tricky with my gloves, so I just went ahead and just kind of used my bare hands to be able to smooth it over. And again, I'm just smoothing it out with that silicone brush tool, and I absolutely love what it ended up looking like. It's super cute, and I think that this is so chic. So now it is time for the epoxy resin. And what you want to do is kind of prep your station and make sure you have your mask on, or else it can be very toxic to breathe in all those fumes. But either way, you are going to want to make sure that you tell whoever you give this to that they won't be able to like heat it up because of the resin. But we're putting a thin layer of resin on there just because it's, you know, this is it. You should only hand wash these mugs only. But again, here I'm going to do the 2-part pouring of the epoxy resin. I'm going to go ahead and thoroughly mix those two together, but making sure that I measure it right. And your project should turn out really, really wonderfully. And so I'm just measuring out both parts of the resin, and then I'm going to make sure to stir that together using a popsicle stick. And then I'm going to go ahead and just like smooth that over the cup. And just make sure that you put a thin layer of the epoxy resin onto the cup. And so when your mugs are done, just make sure that you set them out to dry. And I really like this project. It was super easy to do. It didn't take me that long to be able to kind of get everything prepped. Of course, waiting for the decal paper to be dry is of course going to take a day, but this is what everything turned out to look like. And you guys, I absolutely love this. They are absolutely stunning. You can gift this to someone, or you know, you can go ahead and set them out as like decoration pieces for your house. I think they're absolutely wonderful, and they are really, really gorgeous. I mean, these are so pretty. You can even sell these, honestly. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. The epoxy was super easy to use. So yeah, I think that this is absolutely stunning. I really love how the plates turned out. I love how the mugs turned out. And so, yeah.
Following the feeling in our souls. Now that you're with me, we're chasing daylight and we're soulfully alive. Well, still turning and we're hopelessly alive. You, me, and the sunrise.
Okay, so jumping into our second craft of the day for this Valentine's Day video, I went to Dollar Tree and I grabbed this cute little frame, and I thought it was super adorable, and I think that this would be a really great gift for someone. So I wanted to kind of give it a personalized touch for myself because it is white after all. That is why I grabbed it. I was like, okay, well, maybe I could make something that is super simple onto the surface of this puzzle picture frame. I think that it's super cute. You can add maybe like some cute photos of your friends, maybe if you have a significant other, your husband, your wife. I think this would be a really, really cute craft. You can also gift this to your kids. I think that creating something that is handmade and hand painted or hand decorated, it just kind of brings like a beautiful memory to everything. So I think that the personalized touch is just such a great way to be able to build on some of the gifts that you're gifting this year. So I went ahead and grabbed this paint that I had. It is the Liquitex red paint, and I just grabbed a small detailed brush that I bought from Amazon. I can also link that in the description down below. And I just started creating these really cute little hearts. I mean, I think they're absolutely stunning. They're super cute. They're not all perfect, they're different sizes, but I think it's just kind of like, just that feel of like creating something with your hands and gifting it to someone that is just absolutely beautiful. So I went ahead and kind of decorated this in the way that I felt would be really cute and chic. And honestly, you can create anything on these. I mean, you can paint something, you can write names on them, you can maybe use like markers if you're not comfortable with a pen, or if you're not comfortable with a paintbrush, you can definitely use a pen. I know that they have a lot of paint markers, which I can also link down below for you guys. I think that this is just such a great way to create a really great project. So keep on watching. Let's keep adding a couple more hearts onto the project, and I will show you guys one more detail that I will be adding to this. If you are new to the channel, I will let you know that I use these a lot from Dollar Tree, and it is a roll of their rhinestone ribbons, and I'm going to use a hot glue gun to be able to put this onto the frame. I thought that this would add a nice little sparkly touch to the frame, but if you don't like that, then you can definitely skip this part, but I really wanted to add it because I thought it was really cute. So I went ahead and kind of cut it to my desired thickness and length, and then I'm just gonna frame this around that little square area for the picture. And yeah, so this project is super easy. Again, if you have a pair of scissors and some paint and a very creative imagination, then you can create this too. So I just let my hot glue gun get hot, and then I'm just gonna add some glue dots to the ends in the middle of the rhinestone. You don't want to add too much, as you don't want the glue to kind of like show up too much. So I just added tiny little dots of glue, and this is how it ended up looking. So I'm going to go ahead and continue adding that to the rest of the frame, and I think that this will make a really cute idea. You can add this to any type of a gift basket, or this can also really be a craft. I just thought of that. You can do this as a craft with like your kids, or if you're having like a girls' night for Valentine's Day. I think that this is a really cute project. So yeah, if you find any kind of frames like this at Dollar Tree, I think that this would definitely be a super cute idea that you can do. Also, maybe I can kind of tag a couple of similar items on Amazon that you guys can use, but I think that this is super cute. Again, this is something that you can also thrift if you find any other option. I think that this is absolutely adorable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue trimming that and then gluing it to the edges of the frame.
I left our names written in the sand. I didn't know that they would wash away so fast, and that note I left in your bed.
Okay, so it's hard to say which DIY is my favorite, but let's go ahead and finish out the rest of these. So this DIY that I ended up doing for Valentine's Day was a kind of on the moment, on the whim kind of idea. So I went ahead and grabbed this old thrifted mirror, and I wanted to kind of give it a, spruced up look for Valentine's Day. I needed a decor piece that would be just vintage, cute, and chic. So bear with me, because this one is a little bit of kind of like a furniture flip, or a decor flip. So it's going to take us a while to get to the actual decoration, but bear with me and I will tell you everything I was able to do to be able to achieve the cuteness of what this mirror is going to look like later on. So stick with me here and go ahead and take this time to click the like button, as when you do, it helps YouTube to push out these videos to other people who also want to watch these videos. So what I ended up doing for this mirror was I taped up the sides, because of course we are going to be painting it a different color. It's not that I don't love this old vintage wood look, but it is kind of scuffed up and it's seen better days. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim off this piece of paper to be able to cover the mirror so that none of the paint that I'm going to use gets on there. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and then I'll get ready to add the paint later on. Okay, so I of course primed the wood, and after doing that I went ahead and used one of the apple barrel paints. I think that's what it's called. It was a little mini bottle, and this is a very blush light pink, and I really like how it came off. So of course I gave you guys a little bit of a close-up here, and you guys can see just how it looks. It was a little bit more of a lighter pink than it's looking on the camera, but either way I wanted it to be this color, and I really like it. So far I'm gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on the most important part, which is the mirror portion. So I'm gonna be using my Cricut machine, of course, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some vinyl ready. I went ahead and created a design on my phone, and I'm gonna prep the machine so that I can go ahead and paint it. A little bit of a hack for your vinyls on your Cricut machine: you can use a little bit of painter's tape or any kind of masking tape that you have to be able to keep your vinyl from moving if it's not a high quality vinyl. So this is exactly what I was able to do to be able to kind of keep that together. So I'm going to go ahead and plug up my machine and get ready to work on this project. Okay, so I made sure that I had the design on my phone and gave the machine the command to be able to start cutting. And I absolutely love the Cricut Maker 3. This is a really good investment because I work on a lot of different projects. Like I said, you guys should definitely subscribe because we are constantly using this machine for Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, any type of holiday, birthdays, anything like that. All you have to do is give the machine its command, edit, and print, cut, and do everything that you need to do. It makes crafting so much faster and easier. So now that I have all of my vinyls, I have yet to weed them. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that the mirror was fully dried, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the masking tape that I had all around it, just to be sure that everything is right. And so I'm going to show you guys exactly how I was able to remove the masking tape without ruining the paint. So you want to just use an X-Acto knife and just kind of go along the tape, and then this will help you to remove your masking tape without the paint chipping or removing any kind of all the work that you were able to do. So that is a great hack that you can use for this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my weeding tools to be able to weed all of the words that I'm going to put on this mirror. I really wanted this to be intricate, so I was ready for a little bit of work. So I went ahead and kind of gave myself some time to be able to properly remove all of the excess parts of the vinyl that I didn't need, so that I can stick these onto the mirror using the tape that they provide for the vinyls. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and get this mirror all prepped together, and you guys will see just how beautifully this came out. I made sure to use some intricate details that would really stand out for the entire project. So stick around and I will show you guys what that turned out to look like. I absolutely love this craft and I hope that you guys will try it. I wanted to kind of have this as a decor piece, but you can set it on a table setting. You can have it as like just decorations for your Valentine's Day parties. It is so versatile. You can just set it up as regular decor piece. Or you can gift it to someone. I think that this is super cute. You can make this on a smaller scale or on a bigger scale, but this is what it turned out to look like, and I hope that you guys like it. And if you do not forget to comment down below what your favorite craft is so far. So we are going to jump right into the next project, which is this really beautiful Valentine's Day heart that you can create using foam board. And I absolutely love how this project turned out. So stick around and I will show you just how to do that. If you've made it this far, I have a special announcement. I have a new ebook out, and you guys, I cannot wait for you guys to see this. It is a 40-page ebook for all those people who love to craft and create decorations for baby showers, birthday parties, anything like that. This ebook is available for you to be able to download, and you will have it for life to refer to. It has great instructions, material lists, everything that you will need to create beautiful events. You can create things like marquees and different things like that, and it has a lot of different ideas about how you can use foam boards for amazing event styling ideas. So go ahead and grab yours today. I will put the link in the description box. Go ahead and check it out. And now let's go right back into the project. Thank you so much for paying attention to this. So the next thing that we're going to do for this project here is we're going to use an X-Acto knife to be able to cut out a heart shape. Now this is just a template, so you can just do a rough cut and then kind of shape it a little bit more down the line. So you just want to be able to use your X-Acto knife to kind of get started on cutting the foam board. So foam board is a very versatile material to be able to use. That is why I absolutely love crafting with it. So let me show you guys a little bit of a hack. If you need a stack of cut paper, take something and wrap the crepe paper around it. For example, I was using the foam there, and all you have to do is just roll it, and then you will be able to cut it in bulk, and this will be the best option for you guys to be able to not have to sit there and cut tiny little strips over and over again. So what you do is you grab one of the strips and you roll it around the end of an eraser pencil, and you dip it into the glue, and then stick it onto the foam board. This is going to give you such a cute decor piece for Valentine's Day. I think that this is super sweet. You can decorate your home with it. You can create it in like a larger foam board piece, or you can make it on just about anything really. This is just such a way to be able to create a beautiful piece of decoration for Valentine's Day. So I love telling you guys about how easy it is to use foam board, and honestly it's just such a passion of mine to be able to create different types of decor pieces using budget friendly materials, and a foam board is just that. You know, it is lightweight, it is easy to cut, it is easy to work with. So if you guys are interested, please go ahead and check out the ebook. I think that you guys will absolutely love it, and I think that it will definitely help you for 2025 if you have any baby showers coming up, weddings that you want to do decorations for. You guys obviously get great inspiration from the channel here, and you know, there's a lot of different things that you guys can do to be able to decorate. So yeah, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. If you grab your ebook, go ahead and comment down below, and I would love to hear it. But other than that, here is what the piece is finally looking like. You want to make sure that you add the rolled up crepe paper all over the areas. You don't want to leave any spaces empty, so you want to kind of stack them and bunch them up together. And then what I do is I grab a pair of scissors and just kind of like clean them up a little bit, and this is going to give you the best look possible. Again, maybe you want to let them dry a little bit because some of the pieces could attempt to fall off, but that is such an easy fix. So next I'm grabbing some bamboo skewers, and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap them up in this pink crepe paper, just so that it can look nice and seamless. But yeah, you can choose to do this if you want to, or again, you can choose whatever colors you want, or you know, just kind of give it your own special touch. And yeah, so that is how this project is going to turn out. I'm going to finish up with the bamboo skewers, and I'm just going to use my hot glue gun to add some glue to the back of that so that I can stick the bamboo skewers on there for stability. So this goes great inside of gift baskets. Again, it's really nice as like a regular decor piece for your table, maybe in your bedroom. If you want to add these to your walls as wall decor, honestly, the possibilities are absolutely endless when it comes to these. There is just so much that you can do. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's continue and see how the project turned out. Okay, so I promise you guys, budget friendly, okay? So grab a canvas from Dollar Tree, and we're just going to go ahead and add some paint to this, and we are going to create a beautiful decor piece with this. So what I ended up doing was grabbing these paints here from Walmart, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint that. I think that crafting during Valentine's Day as like a date, or like any type of party that you're having, is such a fun idea. So you guys can definitely use this idea if you find it to be super easy. So all you need is a couple of paintbrushes, some canvases, and some paint. And I'm going to show you guys one more tool that I'm going to be using here from Dollar Tree to be able to make this an absolute masterpiece. So stick around and I'll show you guys what that looks like after I've covered the entire surface of this canvas. Okay, so we are here now. We are using this bath sponge from Dollar Tree, and this was out during Valentine's Day, and it said love on it, and I saw it and I thought of this idea, and I just had to get it out of my head and onto the canvas. So that happens to me a lot when I'm walking through there. I see something and I'm like, I feel like this would be a cool idea. And then I film it and I show you guys. So I'm grabbing my scissors here to remove the little string that was on there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take it, and I'm gonna dip it in some paint and then just press it onto the canvas. And I had a couple ideas of whether I should do this in white, but then I ended up settling down for a pink color, but the pink it still kind of looked like it was white, but nonetheless I went with a blush pink color, and this was one of the mini little crafters paints that I was using here. So I'm just grabbing a tray and I'm gonna pour that on there, and then I'm just going to dip my sponge in there and then create my design, and you guys will see just how stunning this looks. I think that this would be such a great idea with friends, family, kids, anything like that. I think this is just such a budget-friendly way to be able to have some activities for Valentine's Day without breaking the bank. So let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the project. Art can be interpreted in many different ways, and gifting someone something that is as unique as this is something that is super creative. It helps you to see your skills displayed and shared with someone else, and then it also helps the other person feel loved and seen. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed the crafts. I had a lot of fun making them. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Please go ahead and comment below what your favorite DIY was from this crafting video. I absolutely love interacting with you guys. I would love to know if you're new. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and again, do not forget to grab your ebook down in the description below. And I cannot wait to those of you that have purchased already, thank you so much for doing so. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it is helpful to you guys. So let's continue to craft and better our skills for the new year. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate you guys, and have a great and blessed day.